All right, whenever you're ready, Jackie.
Okay. I'm Jackie, this is public speaking, and this is the day I was born speech. So a common question that people were asked in the 1960s was if you were a Stones fan or a Beatles fan. And if I were to choose, I would definitely be a Stones fan, which is fitting because in 1965, on my birthday, August 20th, they released their single, I Can't Get No Satisfaction, which is one of the main reasons that they're so famous today. And in an effort to tell you their story, I'm going to first tell you how they got started and then their success afterwards. So arguably, the Rolling Stones is one of the most successful bands in the history of rock music, but they honestly did come from humble beginnings. It was two boys, Keith Richards and Mick Jagger, who went to primary school together in England, and they lost touch because their parents moved away from each other, but they rekindled their friendship in a London train station nearly 20 years later in the early 60s, when Richards noticed Jagger's Chuck Berry record that he was holding, which is a famous blues artist at the time. So soon after realizing their mutual love for blues, they formed a band and picked up Brian Jones, who was going to be one of their head guitarists, who named the band according to a 2007 biography that Mary Adams wrote about the Rolling Stones, after a Muddy Waters song, Rolling Stone. So in 1963, they then met their manager, who helped them sign the record, and in doing so, they planned to exploit this famous band, the Beatles. And they were completely opposite from the Beatles in the sense that the Beatles were very pop and the sunny artist, and the Rolling Stones were these wild and dangerous guys who just, like, no women were supposed to go near. But despite that fact, they were very much invested in the blues, and the blues is what led them to their success. And this was seen in their first single, which was a Chuck Berry cover, but it wasn't until their second single that they really put their name on the map, which was their song, I Want to Be Your Man. So in 1964, they released their first album, Rolling Stone, and in doing this, their manager locked Jaggers and Richards in a room and told them that they had to make their own song because he was concerned that there weren't going to be any covers left for them. And in doing that, they started this trend of a songwriting team between the two men, and they soon wrote I Can't Get No Satisfaction, which put their name on the map altogether for this bluesy anthem that they became famous for, and it soon hit the #1 record. So like any other band at the time and even today, they lost members and they had drug problems, but in the heat of all the madness, they were still able to release top albums, and in 1994, they won a Grammy Award for one of their albums. So in looking back on the Rolling Stones' rise to stardom, the band really started as this boyhood friendship that was discovered by a mutual love for music, and as quoted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2015, they were the greatest band of all time. And so I'm going to leave you with a quote that Richards said about their rise to success and how it was honestly an accident. And he said, "We just wanted to get a few people interested in listening to the sort of stuff we thought they ought to listen to, but our aim was to turn people onto the blues." And they successfully accomplished their goal.